Hello and welcome back to KNF Design. If you're new here, my name is Katie and I try to bring a wide variety of different craft projects to you. If you ever have a craft project you would like me to show you how to make or just want to see me try to make it, let me know down below and I'll try my best to bring that to you. If you like today's craft project, make sure to hit those thumbs up. It really does mean a lot to me and it helps bring my crafting videos to more crafters like you. Don't forget to also hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. That way you don't miss out on any of our crafting fun. So with that, let's get crafting. So for today we have a little bit of a different project. Hopefully it'll be fun. You get to try a few new things. I'm going to give you a bunch of different examples of things you could use. That's why it's a little crowded with stuff. You don't need all of the supplies, but this way you have options. So what I plan on doing is taking a picture frame and decorating the glass here. This is a plastic one, but you could always use a glass one too. This is actually a shadow box from IKEA, just because that's what I had on hand. So I took out like the frame, the spacer, but you could, that's why it's so deep, but you could use just a regular picture frame. It doesn't have to be this shadow box type one. It's just what I had on hand. I went ahead and spray painted it. It was originally black. There was this really pretty glitter. I just really wanted to test out this glitter blue. I had bought it and it wasn't what I thought. So then I was like, well, how do you use this? So I thought this would be a great time to test it out, and it just kind of adds a little bit to the frame. Shows up a lot better in person than what it's doing here. It's like a blue glitter. Can't quite get it to hit the light right, but trust me, it's pretty. And then I just went online and printed this bunny photo. And so I'm going to do a bunny underneath and then some flowers around him. You could do other designs, whatever you would like, with this same technique. I went ahead and took out all those little clips that hold the backing of the frame because we don't need that. So then I went ahead and spray painted all that so it doesn't show through here. Just a little helpful tip there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to be gluing the frame, the glass or plastic to the frame itself. I think I'm gonna do that first. You could do the outline of the bunny first and then glue it in, or you could just do it first. I think I could still trace the bunny just fine like that. It doesn't have to be up against the glass. So my first step will be to glue that in place. So that's enough about the frame. To outline the bunny, I'm going to use this really pretty gems, and I'm going to just kind of make the outline of the bunny like that. The gems will probably be going upward, and I'm just going to apply some glue so that it attaches. I guess I'll talk about glue next. So I don't know if you noticed on my glass plastic piece here, I tested out some different types of glue. Let's see, do I have anything? You might be able to see it better here. So the first here is washable Elmer's glue. It's not quite transparent when it dries. You do see a little bit of that fogginess. Then this one is the most noticeable, and it's the all glue all multi-purpose. So I don't recommend doing that one. I did a different one, so it's still pretty cloudy, but maybe I just got more glue because it was a bigger bottle than this one. This is the extra strong formula. Don't know if that makes a difference. And then the last one, which is this one that's hard to see, you get just a kind of a cool design. And that's my clear tacky glue. I could also use a clear Elmo's glue, but I had this one on hand. I didn't have the Elmo's on hand, so that's why I'm going with this one. And I'm just going to use that clear glue to glue everything down. And then again, the clear is important so it doesn't show, because we don't have a backing. You could put a backing on this if you would like, but I want to make it more kind of like a stained glass, a Fox fake stained glass. So that's why I'm doing it this way. But that one, it shows very little, but it's kind of, again, it's showing more in person a little bit. There you go, you get that texture of it, which is going to be kind of a fun little pattern to add. So that's glue. And I probably will, with the flower I'm making, I'll probably water this down. I'll show that when I show you what flowers I do. Now, so we said we're filling in the bunny with this beautiful chain, which I got from Amazon, and I'll try to remember to link that down below. It was only like $5 for all of this, so I was pretty happy with that. A little worried about how it would come, but it's beautiful. I really like it. And it was wrapped very well. It had like 3 or 4 different things of wrapping I had to take off. So I was happy with that, and I'll link that below. I had on hand, I just used pliers to take out those little pieces on the frame. I have these little gems that I'll probably end up using for the bunny's eyes. Not 100% sure, kind of winging it, seeing what I like as I go. But maybe something like that for the bunny's eyes, possibly. And then I have this glass pieces. This particular one came from Michael's, I believe it. I think I got this one from Michael's. Oops. And then I have spray painted it in the past for a different project, which I did a tree. Let me go get that so you can see the tree. I actually used the same blue and glitter on the canvas, so let me get that to show you. Alright, so here is what the tree looks like. Again, it's that same blue with glitter. We have those clear beads with the spray painted ones. I just did a little brooch up there at the top. This was done with Mod Podge, watered down Mod Podge. So if you don't want to do this clear glass and worry about the clear transparent glue, put it on a canvas. It works really well on a canvas. The only thing is I did this little metal piece that I had spray painted, and it did discolor it just a little bit, but besides that, it turned out really good. It's on there, it's not coming off at all. So this is kind of what we're doing, but an Easter spring themed. Or if you just like bunnies, you could keep it out all year round. That's what my mom would do. And so anyway, so you could get just plain colored of these. Trying to remember, I think they had like a silver, a rose gold, and a gold at Michael's, but don't quote me on that. Amazon should also have them as well. They're just fun little pieces of glass. Be careful, they are glass. And if you have these bigger pieces like this one, how it's cracked, but not all the way cracked, you can sometimes break off pieces. This one's not quite, but I do show that you can break off some of the bigger ones sometimes. And then that's what they look like if you spray paint them, so it could work well. And sometimes you can even find colored ones. So I have found green and red at Michael's during Christmas and picked that up. These two came from Dollar Tree. It's this really pretty blue, and I just really liked the pink. I will be using the blue one. I probably won't use the pink one today, although I guess I'm doing hydrangeas. There's pink hydrangeas, so maybe I'll use both. We'll just go on creating and letting our creative juices go and see what we use. So I might end up using both of these. They both came from Dollar Tree. Looks like they might even have a green one. I didn't see the green one when I was there, but they might have it. If you can't find those, that's why I have these glass paints I decided to play around with. And I actually last night painted just my pieces of glass here. So that was the red one. That was the blue one. I have kind of a turquoise, a green, and then the pink. So I think they turned out really pretty, and you could use those. Just note that they do stick together, so you might, I kind of just left them overnight, but you would probably want to kind of periodically rotate them and then like see how they stuck together, so make sure they don't stick together. The pink's a little bit more transparent, so you might either keep it this color or add a little bit more pink depending how transparent you want. That kind of goes for all of them. But yeah, I think that's a cool idea that we can do. You could also use sea glass. This was from Dollar Tree. They had a packet kind of like this. But if you look at the ounces, these, it doesn't look like it has as much, but it actually had a little bit more ounce in it than the other one, so I picked this one up. So I might use some of these for the leaves, the green pieces. I did for Christmas get a rock tumbler, and you can put actual like pieces of glass, like maybe take a wine bottle, break it up, throw it in a rock tumbler for about a week, and it will, with some grit, and it'll turn into this sea glass. But it's winter still here, and there's snow on the ground, and so I haven't been able to test my rock tumbler, because you need to clean it out with like a water hose. You can't pour that down a drain. So I just bought it from Dollar Tree. I don't have a leak, and I don't have a watering hose right now because it's cold. And then I saw this in my craft stash. I don't remember what I did. This was pieces of glass I was testing, and I think I just took regular paint and painted them just on the one side. So it has like a textured side here, and then I just painted the back, and I think that also turned out pretty cool. I did this years ago, so it still has lasted. So that's another technique that you could do that'd be really pretty. So all kinds of things you can try out and do. I think I'm gonna do this for the inside of my bunny, and then I'll just kind of pile the others on for my leaves and just kind of go with the flow and see where my creativity takes me. But first I need to glue this frame on. So we have a frame attached, or it attached to our frame. Our bunny is placed underneath. I'm just going to use our clear tacky glue. Again, clear Elmer's glue would work as well, and just go around and outline the bunny here. Try not to get my head in the way as I try to see this detail. So I waited for the bunny to dry, and it looks like he's pretty dry. I think the eyes are still not quite, but everything else is pretty well dry there. So now I'm gonna start working on the flowers. I decided to use the Dollar Tree ones. So I just really liked those colors. I want to make little kind of hydrangeas. So I'm just gonna put some little piles all around the bunny. I'm also gonna use these and fill in my bunny. And this is why I wanted to make sure it was dry. And then we'll add the glue once everything's in place. Now that all of our pieces are in place, it'd be very hard to put the glue and then put it on top. I guess I could have done that, but some of these layered ones, it wouldn't have touched the glue. So I'm going to water down some of my glue and pour it on top and see if that'll hold it. That might be a little too much water, actually. I'm gonna go dump that out a little bit. All right. That's a little bit less. I don't think I needed as much as I thought I was. Quite sure ratio, just kind of looking at it, to take a little bit for it to combine. It's thick, so that should be good. You just want to make sure it's loose enough that it'll get in between all those crevices. If it doesn't stick, we can just pour some more on the next day. I don't know if you saw some of the glue leaked out that way. That's fine. That's why we're using the clear. It looks like I needed all that water anyway. Probably would be best to make sure this is dry, but I think I'm gonna do my swirls now, which will clear up any kind of make a fun design for these areas here that it seeped out. I don't know if you can see, yeah, I think you can here. There's some extra that seeped out, so you don't see this random little clear spot. I'm just gonna put some swirls. So it'll make it look all intentional and blend. Might need to go backwards, liquidy there, and do some of this, because you'll lose that design with the more liquidy. That's why it's probably best to do this once it's all dried, but and there we go. I'm going to set this aside, let it dry, and see how that pattern looks. I might need to add some of the pattern here once that dries. Any little beads that I noticed the next day haven't dried, then I will go ahead and add a little more glue there. Just popping a few little bubbles. Right, but looking good. I'm excited to see how it looks in the sun. So our bunny is all done and fully dried. You can kind of, when the light hits it, see that textured in the background here. Or you can see it more in person, and hopefully when we hold it up against the light, we'll be able to see it more. The pieces seem to be pretty dry. I needed to right here in this little corner here, some of that glue. I guess I didn't use my hot glue quite enough in this corner, so some of that liquid glue did leak through. So I did have to go and add a little bit more glue specifically to these pieces in here, because it all kind of leaked out. But that wasn't too bad, but it's all on there pretty well. And then kind of comparing canvas version versus the frame. You'll have to let me know down below if you like it on a canvas or in a picture frame like this. I think that'll look really pretty once the light hits it. And this one is more probably for a wall, although you could definitely hang this one on a wall as well. I'm not sure which way I would do that. But yeah, and it just, whatever thing, you could do Easter, spring, Christmas, all kinds of decorations. It's just kind of fun to add these fun little gems to things. But I'm really happy with this outline, how that turned out, and this like textured in the background. It looks really cool. And it also helps hide any of that extra glue you might have gotten. I've seen people do things like this with resin, which can be a little scary, so it's nice to know you can do it with just glue, and it works just as well, I think. So let me know what you think, and should I give this to my mom who loves rabbits or keep it for myself? Thanks for crafting with me today. I hope you had fun, and we'll give either one of these a try. I'll try to remember to link the tree as well if you would be interested in seeing that. And that's my cats playing. I better go play with them. Happy crafting, and thanks for crafting with me. Bye for now.